Hey everyone, thank you for watching today's video. I did it. I bought some new makeup and we are going to see in today's video if this new Natasha Denona collection was worth breaking my makeup low buy for. So I purchased the My Dream palette from Sephora, and then I did also get the My Dream lip gloss and the lip liner that came in the collection. I just didn't grab the face palette because I didn't think I was going to get enough use out of it. And I am trying to cut back on how much money I'm spending on makeup right now and how much new makeup I'm bringing into my collection. So I'm going to be trying out these 3 products. I have a couple other products I received in PR, like the new concealer from Milk Makeup, so the new brow products from Lawless Beauty, and a couple others that we will be testing out today. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, welcome. So I always start my videos with an outfit of the day. I usually forget in my get ready with me videos, and then I always have comments asking what I was wearing. But usually in get ready with me videos, I'm pretty chill. I have on my slides from Amazon. These shorts are from White Fox Boutique, and then I just got in this new shirt from Amazon. Isn't it so cute? I have another one similar to this, and I loved it so much I decided to order one in another pattern and then also in another color. I will link everything down below. Clothes that I'm wearing, all of the makeup that I'm using, everything will be linked down there. And of course, if you're new here, I hope that you will subscribe and stick around. I post a lot of content over here, both long form and short form. Long form is my personal favorite videos, and I love doing just a chatty getting ready together. They're some of my favorites to do, but like I mentioned in the intro, I have been trying to cut back on the amount of makeup purchases that I'm doing right now. So I am also adding in other content besides just beauty to my channel. I'm also a book blogger and a self-published author of 8 novels, so I've been doing some book videos, fashion videos, and I will have a vlog coming up as well, a week in my life living in Las Vegas. So would love if you would stick around, but I do already have my foundation done because I didn't have a new foundation. So we're just going to zoom in and get started. Okay, so already have the hair back. Like I said, I did my foundation. I just used the Urban Decay Tinted Hydromaniac foundation, and then I am going to, I'm trying to decide if I want to jump right in with the eyeshadow palette. A lot of times I do my full face first, but I'm kind of feeling like I just want to go in with the palette, and I have some looks in mind where I'm thinking of actually using some tape on the eyelid. So I'm thinking once I take that off, then I can use the concealer and, you know, clean up from there. So that is what we're going to do. So here is the My Dream palette from Natasha Denona. This is one of the midi palettes. It retails for $69. There has been a price increase from $65. It includes 15 shadows. This one does contain 2 of Natasha's favorite existing shades, and it also introduces 13 brand new shades, including a vibrant multi-chrome with high impact foiled finish and 2 sparkling duochromes that can also be worn as topper. So Natasha Denona is one of my favorite for eyeshadows. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a collector, because if a palette really doesn't intrigue me, I won't buy it. But for the most part, I feel like a lot of the palettes really do intrigue me. And when I saw this, I really wanted to grab this one. Some of these deeper tones in here I really thought was pretty, especially as we enter into the fall season. But then you have a lot of these lighter tones, golds, which are, again, good for the fall season. You do have a black in this palette. The multi-chrome down here, it's so funny because when I look at it, I see green, and when I look at it here, I see green. When I look at it in the viewfinder, I see purple. So that's something fun for Natasha. So I definitely wanted to pick this one up. I was gonna do a dedicated video on this collection, and I pre-ordered it on the Sephora app, and then it was supposed to get to me on a Thursday, and then it said Friday, and then it ended up coming on Monday, and I was like, okay, and it came like really late on Monday. I was like, okay, whatever. So that's why we're just doing more of a casual sit down video and getting ready together, because this took a hot second to get to me. So I know there's already a lot of dedicated videos up on the collection, but I obviously still wanted to play with the palette. I purchased it. This is my first big makeup purchase since saying that I'm cutting back on makeup. So I'm just gonna grab some tape and do a little tape job here. All right, the hardest part with me and doing tape is like getting the tape right. I don't often bring it like all the way down here because it's really just the outer part that we're focusing on. But I was like looking in the mirror for so long trying to make sure that I have them even, and now I'm like, do I have them even? First, gonna pick up this shade Edgy right here, and then Rephr sent me new brushes, which I am very excited about. Look at all these fresh brushes from Rephr. They have amazing brushes, which of course are going to be linked in my description box, but I was so excited when I saw that. So I am using the 12 And I am just gonna start to create kind of like this wing shape on the outer part of my eye and drag it in a little bit. And my thing with makeup too, because like I'm not a makeup artist and I don't think I'm particularly skilled at makeup, I just enjoy it. But a lot of times I get afraid to like go a little bit more dramatic with looks. And it's like sometimes I do it and I don't like it, but at the end of the day it's makeup and you can clean it up or you can start over or whatever it is that you want to do. So I'm trying to convince myself to go out a little bit higher and then we can clean it up if we need to. These brushes came at such a perfect time because look at this little 13 blending brush. Like it's exactly what I need right now. So I'm gonna grab this shade Instinct. So I am going to kind of blend it right over the top and into the crease is where we're taking this one. And then again, trying not to be afraid to bring it all the way back to where the tape is, and then adding that right in the crease, middle of my eye. It's hard too with like one of my issues with tape or even just doing like eye looks in general is my eyes are different shapes, and so that sometimes can make it tricky to, because it's like you do something over here and like you have a placement one way, but then you have to change up the placement of like your brush or your even like your hands, things like that, to make them the same because of my eyes being different shapes. And I'm sure a lot of us deal with that too. I love that little brush. But now I'm gonna pick up a Carpe Diem with a 15. And this is a bigger blending brush. I went back and forth between really all of the lighter mattes. Unity, the matte brown. But I just wanna do a little bit higher here. And then just really starting to blend all of that together with that lighter shade. It's a little bit challenging for me because usually I do have my brows done first, but I figure this is also kind of like the standout of the video. I don't know, I felt like I should start in with the eyeshadow palette, but it does feel weird not having my brows done doing eyeshadow. Maybe I should have done that. But that's okay because we can always do them later. I feel like there's a nerve-wracking part of taking off tape too, because it's like, what if it's like really not even? But let's try it. Let's do it together, okay? Okay, this line I definitely feel like is a lot sharper on this side than it is on this side, but that is where we will use the concealer to clean it up. So we're gonna pause the eyes for right now so I can do my brows. I probably should have started with this, but I was so excited about my eyeshadow palette. But from Lawless, this is the Shape Up Soft Fill Brow Pencil. This retails for $21. It's a dual-ended brow pencil that features a custom oval tip for extreme ease in defining, shaping, and shading in the brows. So they sent these over in PR, which I was really excited for because I mentioned in my Will I Buy It that I was thinking of grabbing this. I really like to try the products from Lawless Beauty, so we are going to give this one a shot. I pulled out the shade Oak, which I thought seemed like a good shade match for me. So what I feel like I've done my last 2 videos now, we've done brow products in here. Wow, look at me go. So I am just going to start to fill in at the front. Again, I don't feel like it necessarily like changed the way I would do my eye look. I just feel like proper beauty gurus always have their brows done before they do their eyeshadow. This shade looks to be a really good match for me. And I can tell even just like the slightest touch, like it's going on super smoothly. Oh, okay. And I'm just going to flick upwards here at the front. So quick. Sometimes when I try new brow products, like I just tried the new Gimme Brow Plus Volumizing Pencil from Benefit in my last Get Ready With Me video, and I was saying that I felt like it took me a little bit longer to do. And I was like, it could just be because I'm, you know, new to the product and it's just taking me a little bit longer. But this one I thought was so quick. Wow. I can't believe how quick this is to do my brows. Maybe the shade, do you think the shade is maybe like a touch dark? I only have foundation on, so I might change my mind when I like have all my makeup said and done and my brows, like I don't even have any powder on my face. I literally just did primer and foundation. So maybe once we're all done, I might think differently, but I don't know, maybe on first glance, maybe it's kind of dark, but I can try some other shades too to see which would be better. But That was so quick, and I feel like my brows look really good. Whoa. Okay, that was so fast. Again, you don't even need a lot of pressure. It's a very smooth pencil. It's not too waxy because I don't like anything that's too waxy. First impressions, like, I'm very pleased with that brow pencil. Wow. Okay, let's jump back into the palette. I want to do a shimmer on the lids also, and I really want to do the shade Babies. I don't know, that's such an interesting shade name, but that is the one that's kind of calling to me right now. I'm going to use the 02 from Rephr. Then I am going to start to sweep this on the inner and middle part of my lid. I want the mattes to kind of be like the main focus of this look, but I just can't pass up a good shimmer, okay? Just something about like a good burgundy, deep purple for fall is just like, I don't know, it's just my jam. It's just my jam. Obviously, like, I love the oranges too, and the reds, and you know, kind of more of your traditional like autumn type vibe. This shimmer is so beautiful. I'm getting no fallout with the shimmer. I just love the Natasha formula. I mean, obviously different palettes and different brands and different formulas work better for everybody, but Natasha just seems to have my number when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. And I'm someone who, if you are newer to my channel, like I said, not a makeup artist. I don't feel like I'm particularly skilled with makeup, which means like I don't really love blending for a long time, and just shadows that are harder to work with, like pressed pigments, I just have a harder time with them. So mattes that are super smooth and buildable and blendable, some of my favorite words, those tend to work best for me. Like shimmers like this that just glide on and don't like immediately start raining down onto my cheeks. I'm like, yes please. Okay, I'm loving what we have going on. I'm gonna take a little bit of Edgy, and this really tiny brush from Rephr. This is the 29, and I just kind of want to bring a little bit more purple, like acting as a liner across the lid. Just a little bit more here, but I also want to make sure it's really close to my lash line, which is why I'm using this teeny tiny brush. Okay, really liking the way the eyes are turning out so far. I'm gonna wait to do the lower lash line until I have my concealer and my powder down. So Milk Makeup sent over their new concealer. Also really excited about this. They messaged me on Instagram because I think they saw my Will I Buy It where I was saying that I wanted to buy it, and they're like, hey, we sent it to your address. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. So I'm really excited to try this. This is their Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer. So this one retails for $29. It says it's a multi-use medium to full coverage concealer, covers, sculpts, hydrates, has a lightweight, crease-proof natural finish. So medium coverage, natural finish. All right, let's give this a shot. So interesting packaging here, and then here's what the applicator looks like. So I grabbed out the shade 6C, and hopefully this one, which I think will be pretty good. Maybe it's slightly light, but we'll try it out. And tap it right along here, and then same on the other side. Then I'm gonna take my sponge that I was using earlier and start to blend this out. Yeah, maybe the shade is like a little bit light. They sent me a darker one too, but to me it skipped up like 3 shades. I was like, oh no, that one might be too much, but it's okay. Okay, that did blend out really easily though. To me it looks more brightening. Now that could be a shade match also, but I like how smooth and how easy it was to blend out. Okay, here is an up close of the concealer. I'm thinking maybe it's looking a little bit dry on my under eyes. Like they're looking maybe more matte than they normally would. I'm definitely gonna try the darker shade that they sent to me the next time I try it, but I just feel like up close, I think that it looks a little bit drier. Now I do have dry skin, I have dry under eyes, I have dry elbows, like I'm dry. So that could be something, but I'll be curious to see how it lasts. I'm filming this on a Thursday. I know I'll be watching the Thursday night football game with my friends tonight, So I'll have this makeup on for a decent amount of time. I'm just not necessarily like losing my mind over how my concealer looks right now, but I am going to set it with my Ciate London Coconut Setting Powder. I used this in my last trying new makeup as well, and I've been really enjoying it. I'll set my under eyes with this and see how it lasts. Sometimes concealer can also be one of those products that, like, how do we say it, like almost needs to like warm up to the skin. You know, we'll give it some time. We'll give it some time and see how it goes. I know the last Milk Makeup concealer that came out wasn't necessarily my favorite. I think that one was called their Flex Concealer. So I'm hoping that I'll like this one more, but first impression, I'm not necessarily losing my mind over it. I did also just receive the Charlotte Tilbury concealer, her Beautiful Skin like Radiant Finish concealer. I was not expecting to enjoy that one, but I've been wearing it. I think that's like the only concealer I've been wearing since I got it in PR a few days ago, and I think that one is really beautiful. My first impressions and my thoughts both on Instagram, which is March Beauty Word, and TikTok, which is by Samantha March. I'm just gonna go ahead and set my foundation as well, because like I said, I did not do any powder. But battle of the first impressions, I would definitely say that it's going to Charlotte Tilbury. I really want to see how it goes, and I'll try it a few more times before I come back. I always review everything that I am trying out. All right, so the next few products I have aren't super new, but I'm going to use the Colourpop bronzer. This one is in Isle Bet. This is one of the Super Shocks. I'm using an Eco Tools blending and bronzing brush, duo fiber brush, which I like to use with the Super Shocks that have more of that kind of creamy texture to them. And I'm still really loving the Sigma and Alice in Wonderland face duo. I'm gonna do both the blush and the highlighter. I have not been doing highlighter all that often, but this one is really beautiful. I'm gonna use a Rephr 05 for the blush, which is this gorgeous mauve. I've been wearing this duo so much this week, and I feel like it's actually making me wear highlighter again. So that's always fun. But I thought this kind of deeper mauve would work well with the eye look also. The F03, I'm just highlighting out here, a little bit in that C motion for just a little bit of glow. I am still doing just a bit on my nose too. I don't know what, it's like when I do highlight, I can't not also highlight the nose. I don't know what that's about. I feel like my powders are looking a little bit heavy, like especially the under eye area. So I'm gonna use the MAC Fix Plus, because I feel like this is a really good spray to kind of melt everything down, melt everything into the skin. Right, I'm feeling better. The MAC makes me feel better. So Persona also sent over their new eyeliners. So I grabbed out the one in black. So we are going to try this out for the first time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and line my, wow, waterline. That's immediately, okay, Persona. That was immediately super smooth. Can you see that just showed up? Wow. Okay, that is such a creamy, smooth eyeliner, and it just like jumps out at you. I've been really raving about the Glossier eyeliners recently, but the Persona like that, wow, okay. You truly barely have to touch it to your lid. I'm gonna do lashes today, so I am gonna tightline. So far, so good. Wow, okay, this video is going really well. That eyeliner was so nice. And then for the lower lash line, I'm basically going to repeat the shades. I'm gonna start with Instinct and that small brush, which I feel like we all need now, the 13. Wow, I'm impressed. So I am going to run that on the lower lash line. I'm gonna take a small pencil brush and use Edgy. This is the 03. I'm just adding that like really, really close to the lower lash line. I'm gonna take this same brush and I'm just gonna kind of extend the wing under the wing that we have. Just like a little bit. So we have like some blank space in between. I don't know. Do we like that? It's different for me. Sometimes I just want to do something a little different. So we'll try it. All right, well, something like that. I don't know. Fun? Yay? Nay? I I think it's fun. All right, so that is the lower lash line. I am going to add lashes and then we'll try the lip products that came in the Natasha collection. Lashes are on. These are the Viceroy from Auric. And then we are going to jump over into the lip products, the I Need a Nude lip crayon and also the My Dream lip gloss. The lip liner is in the shade Natasha. This is what I'm kind of worried will be too light for me. I thought maybe the lipstick might be too. That's why I ended up going with the gloss. All right, that looks to be like a nice dusty pink. Okay. All right. And then I actually don't think I have tried a Natasha gloss yet. I've tried her lipsticks, but I don't think the gloss. So let's test them out. Why do I feel like this is my most perfect shade of lip liner ever? Like when I swatched it, I was like, okay, I actually really like that. But I'm like, even just my lips like this, like I could just fill this in with the lip liner and it would totally be the My Lips But Better. What the heck? I love that. Wow. Okay. All right. Next, we are going to just add the gloss on top. This lip combo is way more than I expected it to be. Wow. The gloss is beautiful. This type of nude pink with like the slightest hint of pink. I think it's safe to say that this trying new makeup is a success and I'm so excited with that added factor of trying to be more mindful with my purchases right now and trying to decide, you know, the collection cost me $130 for the palette, for the lip liner and for the lip gloss, and I was like, this is going to be, you know, one of my bigger makeup purchases for sure. But I am loving the way that all of this came out. I'm like, where is the palette? I have to say, I think this was a really successful trying new makeup. Like, I love the eye look and it's kind of fun to feel inspired to do something different. And with me, when I do that with palettes, that's what really tells me a palette is inspiring me, because there's definitely a lot of looks that I could do in here that are much more Samantha, more neutral, just not, I don't know if I want to necessarily say that I feel this look is very bold, but I'm usually the opposite of bold. I use like 2 shadows, but I just wanted to do something more and something with a little oomph. And I really love like the double liner that we have going on. I don't know, that seemed fun. The shadows from what I used so far, I feel like the great Natasha quality. I love some of those kind of more creamy mattes in the palette, like the edgy shade. The shimmer, absolutely beautiful. I'm really excited to use more of these shadows. I definitely want to jump into like the multi-chrome. I'm not a big multi-chrome girl by any means, and I know a lot of people have been using that shade, so I just wanted to do something that I felt like was speaking to me right now, and these purple looks are it. I did just post on my Instagram a look with the new Kaleidos collection, which I talked about in my most recent trying new makeup video. I did a very purple look with that, but I love that this one also brings in those burgundy tones. The lips from this collection are stunning. So stunning. Like, I really enjoyed the Natasha lip liners, so I figured that I would like that. But this gloss, like this lip combo, I'm gonna be wearing this over and over and over again. The Lawless brow I also thought was so incredibly easy to use, so fast. And like I said, once I finished doing my makeup, I was like, I wonder if I'll like the shade more, and I definitely do. I feel like with just not having any powder down or any like bronzer, blush, anything, I felt like my brows were just a little bit too like oomph. But having everything pulled together, the brows look great. Really impressed with that. Rephr brushes are obviously like, those are fantastic, and I've been recommending them for quite a few years now. The only thing that I'm unsure about is the Milk Makeup Concealer. I'm gonna give it some more tries and see if it goes a little bit smoother. I just feel like it's a little bit dry right now, but definitely want to see how it holds up throughout the night, how the creasing goes, if I feel like it's wearing, you know, just kind of strangely or anything like that. But like I said, I'll come back to update you on everything, but I feel like this was a really successful trying new makeup, and I'm so pleased about that. Again, everything is going to be linked down below. I would love to know if you have tried any of these products. Oh, even the Persona eyeliner. Like, even this was bomb. And eyeliners are not like a super exciting product, but wow, like Persona nailed it with these eyeliners. I am very excited. This was awesome. It was such a good time to try out these new products. I'm really glad that my little Sephora haul in here seems to be a success. But like I was saying, I'd love to know if you've grabbed any of these products. And as always, if you enjoyed this one, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video.